Greektown, across the bridge to Belle Isle. As I cast a glance down Woodward, it always brings a smile. I'm proud to be from Detroit, cause of what it does for me. And if you come to visit, you may never want to leave. And the trouble of our sports teams, in spite of a little pain, Tigers went to the playoffs. Man, oh man, what a team. I'm proud to be from Detroit. In this town you'll have some fun. And if the Lions keep on winning, you know they will get the job done.
All right. Hi, everybody. It is Thursday, and thank you for listening and watching Hot Flash Happy Hour right here on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And you can find us streaming live every week from 7 to 8 on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and all other social platforms that we've acquired since this sign was made. So we want you to like, follow, share, comment, subscribe, and thank you again for watching WJZZ Cool TV. I am Tasha Owens, your host, and this is my beautiful co-host, Jimmy Alter. See, he's going to wear the crown this year, I'm telling you. And we talk a lot about music and things because he's like the gearhead, and then I'm like the tell me your most embarrassing moments person. So we bought a wonderful person who was very colorful in all his descriptions. A very wonderful friend of mine, legendary guitarist for himself as well. One of the funkiest dudes I know, Mr. Dumini DePorres. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening.
If you're going to be that sexy, you need to get closer to the mic.
Good evening.
Thanks for being on the show today.
I should leave the room.
Oh, seriously, Jimmy?
Good heavens.
Good heavens is right. That's true, you guys. We've known each other for quite a few years. We won't go say how much. Well, I could, but I did admit how old I'm turning next month.
Double nickels.
Double nickels, you guys. I made it. I made it to the age that my father was when he passed away. So this is definitely a milestone for me.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Absolutely,
yeah.
and I share his heart disease. So,
all right.
Yeah. So this is this is going to be really, really emotional for me, but a lot of freaking fun because that's what I require.
I'll trade you half a liver for a piece of heart.
You know what?
I'll trade you a piece of heart for some liver.
Can I pay that in crypto coins? I'm just saying, I got some stock in things.
I'll have to talk.
Oh, I love it. See, this is why.
Hey, is this the hook
happy
up
to
like
have
Batman? And you can pull it back, and that's how you get to the bat pole?
It does look like that.
That's where we can tell there's a booze stash behind the wall.
Oh, sweet.
So, Jimmy, I know you've been working hard and playing hard and all that good stuff. So,
yeah. Still at it.
We always get an update with Jimmy at the beginning of the show because his life has transitioned so much since we started the show. So it's like everybody wants to know, "You're all right, Jimmy?"
I used to be quite a mess of a person, and now I'm married with a baby and just got a new house.
Person, though. That was just his other part.
Now I'm married with a baby.
Yeah.
So post mess, you tightened up.
Yeah. So I got in a new house a couple months ago, and I finally got the rest of my big stuff to my house. Most importantly, like my pinball machine, my pool table, all that stuff. So the basement's gonna be all ready this weekend.
Awesome.
I mean, we can finally start hosting y'all.
Hey! I saw the pool table and the arcade game. Did you talk to Screaming Scott about that? Because he's got a whole bunch
I know we have talked about it. Actually,
See,
yeah.
I knew, and you guys are like biker buddies too. Right?
You know, it's crazy. I had a couple cousins help me move the pool or the pinball machine, and then I thought I could like disconnect it and everything. I thought I'd be that good at it, and as soon as I opened it up, I was just like, nope. It's like those people that work on those things, man. They're savants, you know.
Absolutely.
And so I found this.
There's a leveler involved.
Yeah. I found
just
this.
like the pool table.
Right. I found this guy out of Almont, Michigan that, like, sure enough, he came, he charged me next to nothing just because he does it as, like, his, like, little retirement hobby, like, hoofing around pinball machines. So he moved it down into my basement for me, took it all apart, put it all back together, went through the whole thing, fixed everything up. So it's playing like a dream, you know, like.
Very cool. I can't wait till I go live from your basement.
I had some plans last night, and I went and saw, Rusty Reed's gig at Three Blind Mice. He was covering for our buddy Brendan Lindsley, and I had some plans to meet some people there, and my wife comes downstairs and I'm down there and I got a beer and I'm playing pinball and like she's like, you ain't going anywhere, are you? And I was like, man, it's gonna be really hard to leave this house now. So, cause what more do you want,
Do you still have to put quarters in it?
No. But
That'll keep you honest.
yeah, but
Keep
you know,
your
like
salad in your pocket.
yeah.
Yeah,
and
we used to have
it-
slot machines in our
and it-
basement. You really had to put quarters
Yeah.
Sweet. Did
Yep.
you have to pay?
in. Yeah.
It's funny though, because there's like my 2-year-old daughter runs the games down because like you've got to open it up to like give yourself free
Right.
credits, so you got to like
Sure.
unlock it and open it. And usually I'm decent enough at it where I just keep like I'll earn enough free games that I keep it stocked up, right?
Yeah.
But then with my daughter playing it all the time now, it keeps like going down, which is because to me it was always
She's
like.
stupid is going to her little
To me, yeah, right. To me, it was always a sign that I was on a bad run of pinball. Like if the
She's
free
like the
games
model daughter,
weren't
yes.
coming as I was playing it, like then I wasn't
Right.
playing very
Get
well.
Daddy's money. It's going right to my little bank.
Right? Yeah. yeah. Yeah.
I'm not mad at you,
Y'all just
Addie. That's
took
my
me
girl.
back to being like 11, 10, 9 on 7 Mile Road. There's a place called Ben's Hamburgers. It was like a little greasy joint. This dude looked like he used to be in I almost say Rin Tin Tin. No, Sha Na Na.
With the
There was
goal,
like the big guy. There was like a big sax player guy, and that was Ben. And there was this little burger joint.
That's
and
awesome.
He had this pinball machine called Pinball Wizard. That was my first
Oh, yeah?
experience seeing that.
With
There
the
was
Who,
this-
too?
with Elton John on the machine.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Oh, he was on the machine, wasn't
Yeah,
he?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And this guy that would be there, and he
remember
was like
that.
the pinball wizard. He
Right,
was like
yeah.
this scroungy dude, but he knew every
Yeah.
different thing about this machine.
Uh.
No, man, you gotta pull it back. See, but the third thing,
Uh-huh,
you pull it back
uh-huh.
right there, hold it still for 3 seconds, let it go, and then it.
Sounded
Me-
like Cheech Marin.
Me and
So
the
awesome.
me and the pinball guy that I had out to my house, we were talking about that. A lot of people that play pinball don't realize there's certain things you do on certain machines that are the best things you can do to score well on them, right? So like, I always usually
Like
try to
tilt it.
yeah, right, yeah.
My thing.
I always usually try to give people a heads up, like at least like before they start playing mine, of like, oh, you want to hit this and this and this, because it makes it more fun if you're getting the bonuses and you're actually competing and all that.
Right,
There's
drop
like
5 extra balls out.
yeah, there's like there's there's definitely a skill to
Yeah,
it,
there is.
and a
It's
lot of
that
people just think
eye-
it's like smashing the
The
flippers.
hand-eye
you know?
coordination thing. Yeah.
Right,
It's
right,
even
yeah.
if it's on
Yeah.
a table
Yeah.
versus, being the golf.
And then there's the
table.
dudes with like the pinball, so there's people that are just
Of
like mad
course.
flipping. Like,
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
But, like they
Yeah.
wait until the thing comes, like pah,
Yeah.
hit it, the ball
Yeah.
goes straight to the right,
Yeah.
and bounce over, and that is.
That's how my daughter's
Pinball
playing so
culture.
far. I'm trying to teach her like, oh look, hit whichever one you need, like 'cause she's 2. I mean, I can't expect much out of a 2-year-old.
But by the time she's 4, damn it,
I know.
she
I
better
know.
know some
on the
shit.
circuit.
I'm gonna be like Tiger.
Pinballs.
I'm gonna be like Tiger Woods' mom, and she's gonna start having timeouts if she doesn't play well enough.
You ain't right, Jimmy. You ain't right.
Right.
So Doomity, oh my God.
Yes.
Awesome. I want to explore you
Oh my God.
musically on the air live. I always talk like that to him because he always got like these really weird answers, so I'm gonna be like really weird too. So I have. If you don't know him, you'd be scared of him. I'm telling y'all, because he doesn't. It's a mystery about him that you're just I'm not gonna get that close. Not gonna get that close. But it's fascinating. So yeah, thank you for being you, number one, and thank you for being an amazing guitar player. So I want to know, how did all that start? What influenced you? What made you pick up guitar? And where was that in your head?
Well, I was born the end of the summer of love, New Year's Eve of that year,
Nice.
'67, and so the wah-wah pedal was really being exploited in good ways and bad ways. Some people just wacky, and some people
Whatever the
really
acid
using
told
it
them to do.
As expression,
articulate,
yeah.
certain things, and I picked up on that and the percussion part of it.
Right.
Yeah.
And how, particularly Hendrix could do that, and I didn't know that's what it was at the time. But I started hearing that, and then I saw Shaft in New York the day it came out with my grandmother and my aunt, and they took me to see
Wow.
Shaft, and I heard, man, I don't know if that's Wah-Wah Watson or Skip or whatever, but he laid that wah-wah shit so heavy on there, and I had to do that.
Wow.
I had to do that, and then go up a couple more years. I heard Band of Gypsies as a little boy because my family was musical. I'll get back to that.
Yeah.
But the Gypsies, and I was like, who's that?
Right.
And I was 6, 7.
How yeah, like, is that when you started playing? You started playing
I
after
started playing at about 3 or 4, and they got me a big ass Kumbaya old campfire guitar,
Yeah.
and I put it on the bed, and I went off the bed backwards, suplexed on it,
Oh,
and
good.
fucked myself up pretty good.
Yeah.
But can I talk?
Yes.
to
Yeah,
you?
yeah,
You're good.
Whatever you'd like.
Flour and filth, flour and filth.
Yeah.
Yep. So my uncle figured out that he wasn't just being rebellious. He wants electric guitar.
Yeah.
So boom, I got that and a wah wah pedal and whatever.
Most people that ask me, like, for their kids or whatever that are just getting started anyway, I think a lot of parents just think, like, oh, that's the way to go. But, like, an acoustic is a bit harder on your hands to play anyway. It makes more sense, I think, to start with electric just because, like, thinner string gauge, you know, usually better action, you know what I mean? So it's easier for kid hands to, like, grasp and actually fret whatever notes they're
That's
trying
a great
to.
perspective because, like you said, even in my head, it's like if you're gonna learn, get an
get an
acoustic to
acoustic,
learn
yeah.
from. So to hear that is awesome. That's some great
Yeah.
great advice.
And
out
you can
there.
find little, like, half-size, even little electrics and stuff, too, that
Sure.
play decent. And
Yeah.
You know,
set
later
up
years,
decent.
as I would
There's some
teach,
news for you guys out there.
I would tell kids, really tell their parents and the kids, you don't want this easy guitar.
Right.
Trust me.
Tell them
Get
that.
this acoustic.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Tell 'em.
Tell
Yeah.
them.
But get this acoustic and let the action be difficult.
Right.
And you have to really dig for your notes, and you
Yeah.
make those calluses, and you'll make that
Yeah.
neural connections,
And then you go to
then
an
when you
easier
get something
playing
easier,
guitar.
now you
Yeah,
feel like you
yeah,
really
you're
did
shredding.
something.
You know, you're shredding. Yeah.
right, and then
Uh,
it starts over. You know,
uh,
don't get the easy guitar, until.
I think it's great
bypass it.
even to have around like an extra guitar just with heavier string gauge on it, because then like when you go to your say normal whatever you like, you know, it feels like nothing. You feel like you can, you know, bend up 4 steps if you want, whatever, right? You know.
You just rip 9s off the guitar.
right, yeah. Like,
Yeah, I really know what they're talking about. Not.
I never went past 11s.
Yeah.
I just didn't think I needed to be that Wes Montgomery-ish.
right,
Maybe
yeah.
later.
Yeah.
Maybe later.
Yeah.
I'm getting there. And
I don't know.
the hand giveth and taketh.
So you got an electric guitar then, and then did you get like the wah and stuff?
I got a Crestwood wah pedal that my uncle passed down to me, and he got a new one. And this one, let me see what song was happening around then. Fire. So it had the little siren button on it. You could click it and it went right. That same
really?
siren. So that was sweet. It had surf noises, like all this
Like
stuff.
a
Hendrix.
wobble sort of. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool.
And
Alright.
so that.
Angel
with the new
came
pedal-
down yesterday.
Right,
I love
so-
that song.
Oh man, did that one too. That's amazing. You know, I was just thinking, we're gonna be all over the place. Huh?
I know,
Or
right?
We're gonna
Yeah.
stay linear.
We're
I know.
no,
You're
man,
okay. Yeah, you're alright. Yeah.
No
Man,
holds barred up in
that,
here.
I was just thinking the other night, like, damn, man, what if Jimmy was here?
Yeah.
Where would he be playing tonight? He would have just played the show. Where would he be playing tonight? I think it was the 18th of September.
Yeah.
I thought about it. I said, man, I know we would be just walking out the show feeling like, wow,
Yeah.
still got my head ripped out.
Right.
Like, I need to quit playing guitar.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
never stop.
Yeah.
Wake up, sleep with it, and all like that. Like, where would he be playing? Like Prince used to do.
Yeah.
You do a concert and then go do after set.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. And just
Then
show
go
up
in the
somewhere.
studio, right?
Mm-hmm.
They take his battery out and ship him to the next city, put his battery back in. And
It's interesting. That's a interesting point. I always wondered, like, with say like innovators like Hendrix, would they want people to kind of be honoring their style, or if he were alive, would he be like, oh man, you're still doing the same shit that I was doing 30 years ago? You know what I mean? Or well, longer
Yeah,
than now.
that's actually a great.
You know what I mean? Like, because he was so innovative at the time and so different, right? Like,
way ahead, like
would
50 years ahead of
yeah,
him.
Right.
would he be a little pissed at like, hey, you know, that's cool that you did what I was doing in, you know, the late
Yeah, now what?
60s,
Yeah,
but
like-
like where are you going
Right.
now? You know,
Now
like,
what?
I've wondered that.
Yeah,
I've wondered
yeah.
that. And, you know, having listened to a lot of interviews, I feel like I have a kindred spirit with that cat. Maybe you'll have time to get into that.
yeah,
You'll
yeah.
have a few minutes.
Well, we got an hour. I mean,
Oh, yeah,
we
yeah,
got
we
a
can
whole
get
lot.
into
And, and you know
yeah.
why? Because we're watching Hot Flash Happy Hour
Look at that. Boom. Station
on
ID.
WJZZ Cool TV,
you
the
get your
coolest
fan?
station in the world.
got
And you
your
can
fan?
find us streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. Just want you to like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching us. Hot Flash Happy Hour. I'm Tasha Owens, your host. My co-host Jimmy Alter, and our wonderful guest today, Mr. Duany DePorres. Okay, finish.
All right, yeah, look, right back on. Right back on.
I
Yeah.
wondered that, and I think he's intellectual enough. You know, he's on a bunch of stuff. Always reading and always trying to stay up on
Yeah.
on things in between tokes.
Yeah.
And I think he would have caught on that he left. Like
Yeah.
he left. He was leading the league so far.
Right.
He had gone out so far, but without him to follow, the last thing we had to cling on to was the last time the bell was really rung properly.
Yeah,
Right.
well, that's
So
true.
when you break the seal, once you open the shit, it's out. Pandora's box, Jimmy's box. Once
Right,
you open it, it's
right,
like, okay,
yeah.
that's out. Now what's the next
Yeah.
plateau? Have
Yeah.
up to the top.
Yeah, I definitely think that's part of like what makes some of those people great, and you know, as much as we love them and honor them, sometimes to hold too much into what they did then is almost like, I feel like a little bit of dishonor to them,
It
right?
seemed like he would be pissed. Like, yeah, man, nobody could go further.
Yeah,
It'd be
yeah,
frustrating
like-
to
like-
that spirit.
yeah.
It seemed like his spirit
Yeah.
would be frustrated. Man, he was doing
And then
stuff.
those of us that only know the music by ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the same thought we had too. It's like, you know, nobody.
Well, it's
no
a hard
one has
balance.
matched him.
It's a hard balance though too, because you can't be like, it's almost like you can't be too groundbreaking, because people hear that sound and that style that they
Right.
like, and they feel comfort in it and they like it. If you do something almost like too revolutionary, people are gonna be like, what the shit is that?
Yeah.
But it's almost
yeah.
trying to find that fine balance of like say like betting yourself in that style, and then like reaching from there and like kind of pushing the listener to like, you know, as far as they're kind of willing to go, at least anyway, without
Yeah.
Maybe when the visitors finally make themselves apparent to us, visitors or maybe the
Yeah,
originals, or
right,
who
yes.
knows? Maybe we're the visitors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, here we go. Deep thoughts
Uh-huh.
by Dewey DePorres.
By golly, I like me. I'm more than
Nice special.
special.
So when you got your electric, you got your wah. And then,
Wait. Maybe
yeah.
when they get here, a new paradigm will happen. Maybe something else will happen where there's colors in between the few colors we have. They'll open up another way to see, another way to hear.
Right. Yeah.
You know, where Hendrix was at, he was trying to get forward and backward
Yeah.
stereo, not just left and right, but up, down for the 3D sound,
Yeah.
which it took whatever 40 years for them to let out to the public.
Right.
So
Yeah.
maybe once something happened to shake up everybody, scare the shit out of everybody enough,
Right.
All right. Yeah.
then once that settles, somebody will jump on top. It's going to take something to shake it up.
It's hard in this culture right now because I
It's
feel
not
like
just speed. It's not
Right.
just fast. So, you know,
Right,
enough
right.
of fast.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the signature. Like, I think Jack White's on his way to being that individual,
I don't-
but
I
not
like
on
the-
that scale.
yeah.
but,
Right.
but that innovative individual.
I like his ideas and
Yeah.
his intentions usually.
Right.
Yeah. Like I
and he
think
sticks to it too.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I like about it. He sticks to what he's doing, and
Yeah.
and it's cool.
I think he
I like
yeah I think he definitely like leans into that
Mm-hmm.
sort of way of thinking for sure. You know. So okay. So electric guitar. Wah.
Yeah.
Where like
And
were you in
Leslie
bands by
cabinets.
like high school
Couple
age?
Leslie,
Like
Leslie,
Oh, cool.
solid state Leslie thing. He
Yeah.
played the Wurlitzer, the 202, the electric piano.
yeah.
So he had a solid state Wurlitzer thing with a cabinet. So he showed me how to plug all that shit in. And
Right,
like
yeah,
all
yeah.
jelly, all up in between your chromosomes.
Playing anything through a Leslie is like just so it's so fun because like I mean you can literally just be like kind of comping like not even that crazy of chords or anything like that, but you sound like an organ player. You know what I mean? It's just that, yeah. Right.
Like good old,
Right.
good old
Uh,
soul food hug.
a tone as wide as the
So cool.
Mississippi. Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
So then, yeah. So like, what first bands did you join? And
Let's come up. Yeah,
What did I do?
we're almost in high school.
I didn't know how to tune the guitar. See, I didn't ever get that part. They gave me stuff, and then everybody had grown up lives. You know, this is in the middle of the tail end of civil rights and
yeah,
Panther movements and all kind of stuff was going on. It was, you know,
Right.
and falling apart. So now
They were coming
everybody's pointing
home,
at each
yeah.
other. Who's a snitch and who's a
Yeah.
spy and who's
Yeah.
a plant and who's this and who's on heroin and who's this. It was all kind of wildness going on. So then I didn't really get the lessons. So I learned how to play with where the guitar was tuned. So I would hear and I knew where sounds were, but it wasn't,
Yeah.
you know, it was,
right, yeah.
so you said savant, like straight idiot savant shit. Like made the best out of it. And the kid in 7th grade, Danny Oppenheim,
That was clear.
Took my guitar, Daddy Oppenheim,
Oh,
tuned
yeah,
it
right
for
there.
me. He's like, this guitar's not even tuned.
Right.
You don't tune your guitar. You don't know how to tune your guitar. I'm
Right.
like, no.
Right, like that's how I know how to play.
Right,
Yeah.
so 7th grade, I had to start over with,
Right.
in the box.
Yeah, figuring out. Yeah.
Damn it, damn
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, all that shit to learn that stuff to try to forget it.
Right.
Right.
But yeah, right around then, so that would probably.
Yeah, because
be
if
the
you were
first
playing
band.
chords and everything on a tune, I mean, you probably had different like hand positions and everything. If like
I would.
if the
not-
strings
I
weren't
wasn't
even
doing
too.
too many chords. I would chase horn lines and vocal lines.
Okay, gotcha. Right. Right. Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
bink bink.
Yeah. Right. Right.
Stuff and
Yeah.
Things and stuff. Yeah, 7th grade, that was it, and so that was going to be the big come out.
Yeah.
And I managed to get myself suspended with a switchblade that this kid was like, look what I got. And I was like, give me that. I'm taking that. And he went and told, and so I got in trouble.
Oh, nice.
So the bass player and the drummer played, and then I was like, fuck it. And I came anyway.
Oh, right
I
on.
got up there, like, damn, when they came to get me, I threw the guitar, man, and like, took off running. I was suspended for like the rest of my life.
Right. Right.
They just let me out the house a month ago.
Yeah. But you got to play that show, damn it.
Played
Yeah.
that
There's
show.
still some people that remember that, like around
Yeah.
these parts, like kids who went to school. Like,
Tho-
"Man."
Those ones back then felt so important when you were playing
There's
with
a guy
like.
still mad at me
Really?
about not doing that show, about not being able to play. Man, you let everybody down. He tells me shit to this day. I'm like,
That's funny. Yeah.
dude, could you please go get some?
Right. Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Please go
Yeah.
get
Red light
some,
district.
Yeah.
some life.
Well, he was hoping to at that show, and apparently you ruined his plans, and it
And it's
ruined
in
his.
the middle school lunchroom.
Right,
So
right,
what is he gonna
right.
get?
Yeah, right.
Get a roll of liverwurst in the back corner.
Right.
Oh my
Help
God.
me.
Wow.
Help me, help me.
So,
Souffle.
so past that, yeah, like how did you start getting into bigger, crazier things?
See, what was the next thing that happened that was pretty, whatever. Started knowing about pedals and trying to learn about gear, and there's a music store up the street, and the guy gave me about 3 lessons.
Where at?
Showed me the music stand in Southfield. And the guy who was there, he ended up being at, what's in Berkeley? Berkeley Music?
Yeah, Berkeley Music Company. Yeah.
This guy had blonde hair,
Mhm.
and he ended up, he was a pilot. I remember that guy being around there. Anyway.
Okay, not the guy.
I learned moon dance because I heard that. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Right.
I had a life shift because I moved out into the suburbs. So
Yeah.
now I'm surrounded with white people now.
Mhm.
And I had never really been immersed like that, though I could get along with anyone.
Yeah.
You know, 4 fingers, 5 fingers, 3 fingers.
Right. Right. Yeah.
Hello, sloth.
Right. Right. Yeah. Right.
It's all
Okay.
good. It's all good. But now it's different, and I'm like, the first kid walked up to me. Watch this. You know what a boner is? I was like, what?
Oh.
A boner? No. You know what a boner is?
Right. Right. Right.
And so all day they're coming up to me, and when I finally found out what it was, I was like, man, don't let me be incorrect.
Nice.
Don't let me stay PC. I was like, man, get away from me, bro. Go.
Right.
All these girls walking around, you coming up to me asking, do I know? What
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you go ask them?
Oh.
You know?
So anyway,
So I decided that, like, that's the shit that made me stop talking to folks. Y'all messed up.
and this
Right,
is all.
right.
This is this is why I'm so excited.
And I
'Cause
said,
he
okay,
really is so quiet, y'all. He'll sit at the gig all night and say about 10 words.
Yeah,
So I am
Just for
really
you.
excited.
just for you.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
we doing COVID pounds and shit. All right. COVID pound.
So yes.
So yeah, and I said, okay, I gotta learn this rock and roll stuff. I
Yeah.
know, some things that I was exposed to, but it wasn't this. So I would listen to the stations
Right.
all day and write down every single song and who it was and what time they played it. I nerded the fuck out. I wanted
Yeah.
to know the Rockets.
Yeah.
That
Jim
was big at
McCarty,
this time.
our own Rockets, yeah.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Johnny B.
Pedantic.
Yeah.
Johnny B.
Yep. The King Bees. I remember them
Oh my
being around
God.
this time. Is when B-52s were popping and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
that was
So,
my
like
shit.
all that.
That was
then
my
all
shit.
the rock and roll stuff. The top track, rolling, rolling, rolling. Little Mick
Is that and
Jagger.
then with
Other-
Jay Giles?
The other Mick Jagger.
Yeah.
What's his name? Stephen Tyler.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, no offense.
Is that really Aerosmith? Yeah.
but yeah, Jay Giles.
Yeah,
that was
I learned.
big
So I
back
learned
then.
all the songs.
Huge.
And then in the course of that, I found out my superpower was if I heard the solo enough,
You could do it.
I knew it.
Yes.
And then but I still couldn't play too good.
Right.
Because I just got my guitar tuned, and so
Yeah.
fuck.
So your brains were playing and your hands were trying to follow.
Trying to figure it out.
I
And
gotcha.
so I would come home every day from school, not talking to anybody, and then turn on bandages, put on my headband,
Right, yeah.
fucking Karate Kid or some shit,
Right,
and try to play it, and it just would be horrific.
Yeah, right,
Yeah,
yeah.
disaster, though.
Right,
Jimmy, like,
right.
Man, what you doing?
Dude, baby, you have to stop this shit.
Roll Charlie Brown, he'd be all right.
No.
Roll him around, he'd be all right.
Oh man, that's a fact. And one day, lo and behold, all of a suddenly, came out. I said, wait, if that's it, then that means that it goes boom, 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 boom. I was like, ah! Oh my goodness!
To the land of.
If I were a rich man.
Right.
Now it will be one day. Give this rock and roll just right. Yeah.
And then from there, you like once you got to that point, I'd imagine then you started the band thing and all that. I mean, like.
Yeah. Then.
There's some. Yeah.
Later, I ended up getting. They pulled me in a band in the high school to play band. What they were doing. What's his name? James. Some R&B song, and then after that we played Gang of Four, and then after that there was like another R&B song. It was like all over the place.
Oh, gotcha.
So yeah, these things are the bad situations. Always I got to see what envy really was, and I was like, why y'all jealous of me? I don't know, but like 8 notes.
All right.
Yeah, but you put them in the right place.
Right. I played my little shit right.
You put them 8 notes in the right
Folks would be
place,
so salty.
and the
I was
shit
like,
makes
ooh.
sense. So yeah.
Little Richard, ooh my lord. You're so salty.
Oh,
Roll around in the snow in my driveway.
oh, you ain't right.
Yeah, so that, and then Brent Bacher. How are you? Poof. He appears. He's a drummer, and we got to be friends, and he played drums, and we played. He's like, man, you come be in the band. Like, yeah, dude, you're great. Yeah, come on.
Oh, cool.
And I did, and then just been on and running from there. After that, I got in Black Planet with
Yes.
James Allen. Rest in peace, rest in power. Rise in peace, rise in power. And that other guy, the drummer. And we would do good. And we, practice, and I heard him play, and they were playing a Funkadelic cover, Alice in My Fantasy. And I'm like, it's a big part missing. So y'all need me to be there to play that part.
Right.
You need us to play your part. Okay, chocolate peanut butter, let's do the shit.
All right.
Get the Reese cup, fuck it, dumb shit. And then we did it, and it was cool. And we started doing well, and people enjoyed it. And then somebody yelled for me one day, Timmy, yay! And you got to get your own band. This our band, this is supposed to be. I didn't understand these things.
Right.
Yeah.
Still don't understand.
That was a blessing, because that's telling you go on. It's your
Right.
time.
And so, I always wanted to like fit in though. I didn't ever want to be like different. I want to be cool. We cool.
Yeah,
good.
sure, yeah.
Okay, I don't care what you do. This great, but we're all here doing it. So you doing it, I'm doing it.
It's
you
hard.
win, I win.
It's hard in any band if there's like this idea of like the whole band should be working together to be enjoyable to an audience, right? Like it's not a competition, right? It's like an overall performance, right?
Right.
You
Like
set
you're
this
all
up so that the guitar solo can come where it comes,
Right.
yeah,
and so I'm not supposed to shine when I do it, so that y'all feel comfortable. Like, no,
right.
No,
Yeah.
that
it's
is
never
your
gonna
time
work.
to shine.
They put me in and out that band 3 times and then I went and did Frogger, and then they put me out again. I was like, I'm done. It's like, I'm good, man. You're right. I probably do need to find it. And then I got in this thing, Enemy Squad.
Enemy Squad. I was
Enemy
waiting for you to
Squad.
get there.
Yeah, we got to Enemy Squad, and that was with Gabe Gonzalez.
When I joined the band, they had to change the name now to Enema Squad, so we were part of the same band.
I said, why you say that, man? He's like, oh, no. It just seemed like this what I need to do. I said, why? You gonna funk the shit out of everybody? You funking the shit out of them? He's like, yeah. All right. There you go. But I said that.
Why did it change from enemy to enema?
There's a licensing thing, but I don't
was
know.
there?
Don't quote me, y'all.
Gotcha.
I don't know. It was something that we don't understand yet.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah, well, it was fun.
Security.
It was a lot,
I
yeah,
was
a
asking
lot
those
of fun.
questions, security.
Them questions again.
Yeah, we did that, and like we jammed or something. jammed, and I was like, man, I'm not even looking at this guy, and everything that I need to be in the turnarounds is right there. You feel everywhere I'm going, and it's just like perfect bubble.
Right.
Little funk bubble doesn't even need no Neosporin or nothing.
right.
Put some Neosporin on your funk bubble.
You're so I cannot with him.
Funny to me, motherfucker.
When I came in, you guys are all shut up, doing You got a beaten on layaway.
Oh man, look, I'm red.
Blushing.
No, when I came into the crew though, it was I was just coming off of doing my rock thing and getting into the blues thing and then so mixing it with the funk and that, and I was so intimidated. I'm like, oh my god, we're only gonna have one rehearsal, and I'm like, and I don't know half these songs. And then he has a way of putting you right there where you need to be, and it just flows. So kudos to Gabe.
That's my guy, man. He took me a long way from where I was to where I ended up when it was time for us to kind of sort of part ways a little bit. We went a long way. Got to find my center a little bit.
Excellent. Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
It's important to learn from every experience.
Straight have my ankles together. I know I have my baseball cap pulled down, my ankles together, just straight remembering the hits and the stops and the starts and this and that and who's parting. Like, so he ended up being kind of George-ish, and I ended up being kind of Gary Scheider-ish. Like I'm the make him mad. You gonna fuck it up everybody now.
All right.
So
that's excellent.
I think that was a good time.
Cool.
Learned about that discipline. I understand my man did like military school and drum stuff like that. So he had that
discipline.
That shit.
That shit.
My mom can't even say that.
Discipline.
Tell us a little bit about Trouble Blind. What brought that track on?
Let's put that down.
Trouble Blind. That's what George used to tell me he was. We didn't get to these conversations.
Yeah.
But
we'll get to it after we play
we're talking about George Clinton, y'all. If y'all don't understand that by now. We're just having kind of a conversation.
I'm talking about George Burns, damn it.
Y'all into the conversation. Talking about George Clinton and Gabe Gonzalez and
Gabe Gonzalez, the great Gabe Gonzalez.
Garrett Scheider, guitar player. So yeah, we're mentioning all the folks that Dooney has worked with, and I very briefly.
Some then, some now, some later.
Yeah.
More to come. Trouble Blind. I needed a song and I did it for you know what? I did it because it needed to be done, and it ended up on my record. It was supposed to be a TV show theme, but then the show didn't work. And, something went awry with that, and so I just put it on my record. And made it pretty quickly, but it had this bump on it. So Trouble Blind. It's like, as much shit as goes on in the world, you stay blind to the trouble and you just walk your path. You try to, ignore all the
awesome.
like what the dude was talking about, said dance underwater, don't get wet.
Yep.
Same thing, stay trouble blind, because there's always going to be a distraction. There's always going to be something that you can use for an excuse for why you didn't do what you were supposed to do.
Right.
If you stay trouble blind, then you walk on the, what was that movie with and he stepped on the stone and old shit on Indiana Jones.
Right.
So if you just
Temple of somebody. And on that note, we're gonna hear the song right here on the Hot Flash Happy Hour.
Perfect.
WJZZ, you're watching live Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And we are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And we invite you to please like, share, follow, comment, and subscribe. And again, thank you for watching Hot Flash Happy Hour. My host, Tasha Jones,
Open your eyes.
Nice.
Thanks.
Excellent. Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. We ended up having a little, who knew Detroit was about to start going through all these upheavals and changes.
Right.
Had the great plan everybody had been waiting for since the riot.
Like the great
Oh, we're gonna get the city back finally. Oh yes. We'll fight. First, we will bankrupt them and make them look inept.
Yes. Yes.
The mayor all the rope he needs.
And we got shows for that whole discussion.
Anyway, all things in divine order. So all these things happen for reasons. So inevitably,
Evolution is
inevitably,
inevitable.
you say water finds its level. So whatever, even if people have bad intentions and trying to come in and do people wrong, it's all gonna. My man made a word. It's called equivalent. It will all equivalent.
I like that.
All
I
will
like
be
that.
equivalent.
That's gonna be the next Netflix series. I'm telling you.
The equivalent.
Yes.
The equivalent.
Yes.
Equivalent.
It's the new way to say leverage.
What do you
It will equivalent. It will be equivalent.
It will be equivalent.
What do you got coming up in the near future here?
Okay, the far future.
Things, the 10,000 things that probably don't belong on the microphone.
How about the microphone?
I don't mean for the next
things?
I don't mean for the hour after the show. I mean.
Well, actually, we are going.
Yeah, right.
Hey, okay, you can't say that. It's a surprise.
Yeah,
It's a surprise.
That's how the riot started, fucking speakeasy, right? So let's calm down on that talk.
Has anyone ever heard somebody speak Russian in real life? Yes or no?
In real life, yes, I have. A lady I used to work with.
Does that shit sound backwards?
Yeah.
It sounds so backwards, man. I've been around some Russian folks and just like in the other room listening, and because they don't speak in front of me, they go in the other room and speak.
Yeah. I always think that even with like Asian languages, like that it is so foreign to me, right? But then I think like, God, can you picture like English sounds that crazy to them?
Not really, because they study English.
Yeah, well, no, I know, but I'm saying like if you took someone that like wasn't exposed to it, right? Like it's
possible.
like it's just as weird, right? Like
We probably sound like
language is a trip.
versus
Yeah.
They say it sounds metallic, stiff and
Rigid.
angular, angular and metallic, and nasally.
90 degrees.
You can picture they hear that. They hear that kid. Do you know what a boner is? Right.
Where's that guy now? What
Right.
And it all goes back to that.
He's like a CEO of an auto company, and he just like accidentally got a dildo stuck up himself or something. He's probably in the ER downtown right now, getting an abdominal X-ray.
You'll be looking at
It was it's always
D,
those,
motherfucking D!
Yeah.
D! I need the batteries!
It was always those guys. No joke. It was always like the straight white guys that would come in with this like, oh, I just fell on this baseball and it got stuck up my butt. Like it was always those guys. Like when you said that was instantly what I thought of. Like,
I
that's
can't.
one of those guys.
So how is the radiology department?
Yeah, right. I know. Yeah, like I know I should be.
Where's my gerbil?
Yeah, right. Like.
That's the funny.
Well, first I froze it.
I cannot. I can't even. I'm just gonna.
So you can say whatever you want. Yeah.
Okay,
so how about future gigs? How about that? Future anything
Or
coming up anytime
projects.
soon? Or
Yeah.
projects? Yeah, anything you got on the horizon?
Yeah, I need
New
to,
recordings.
I need to, like, paint my living room.
Paint your
Anybody-
yeah.
That's a
Anybody
great
want-
project.
We're gonna
to start.
plaster the ceiling. Anybody
That's
want to
being
come help with
human
the
and a
painting?
musician. So for sure, that's a good project to start.
That's where I keep all my good junk, man. You gotta fix up the place,
I gotta replace my tires.
I used to stay out in the street. I got a house. I just slept in it. I would stay out in the street, go sleep for a couple hours, and be gone, run around. Woo! What's that dude? What's that frog? What's that Kermit? Yeah! Run around wild, but hey, what's this? Oh, I used to like this.
Yeah, back in the day.
Nobody's talking shit in my house where I live by myself. That's great. I think I should stay here more often.
Right. Yeah. This is comfortable. Yeah.
Note to select.
Now you've done like I've also heard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Heard you say that you've done like some projects with people overseas or calling overseas.
Projects
to do,
overseas.
playing music live
Call
or
brothels.
just recording, and you've done some stuff that's different. And I know you play with played with Emily Rogers, and she has like a different spin on some things too, bringing the funk and the rock together too. We did, the project out in the backyard for her video together, and
I'm actually in that band.
yay, awesome.
I've been doing it for a minute. She brought me in. that got started. Well, my involvement with it was doing something for Kid Vicious.
Yeah.
Be the Kid Vicious band, and then his brother Royce decided he was digging it too. So could we come over there and do that with him? So we did a few shows with him. And
Nice.
That was great exposure. Way beyond because I wasn't even really that familiar. I'm an old hip hop head, so I
Right.
worked at the hip hop shop when it began, the first one, and
Okay.
the second one, and then before that at a place called the UN with Maurice Malone. I worked in there with him. That's where I got on, and then so we went that way. So out of the hip hop shop, there are lots of classic rap battles, and the whole culture kind of centered around that. At least on those Saturdays for sure. And so he used to be around there. I didn't know him then, so I was unaware that he had
Gone up the ranks.
that he was all the way up in the top
Going
tier.
up the ranks, yes.
Nice guy.
Yeah, well, it was fun working. Yeah, the first time I ever met Kid Vicious was in the backyard, so that was fun.
Oh, okay.
He's
He's a cool. He's a sweetheart. I love that guy. Love that guy.
He's really,
Never
really
want to be on
nice.
the wrong side of him, but I
Oh
love that
yeah,
guy,
I'm
man.
sure
He's
any
a
businessman is
super
like that, so
sweetheart.
for
Super
sure.
sweetheart, man. I call him family. There's nothing I wouldn't do for him. Yeah, that's later in the game. I don't know. I got an opportunity to. Like Gabe, let's go back to Gabe Gonzalez. He took me around, like hanging out with him. He saw that the funk was true in me. I had been with Funkadelic, mindset ever since I was a little boy. I found I got a thing, you got a thing, everybody got a thing on the Westbound label, and I used to just put it on the record player and watch it turn because the label was so weird. Like, what is this thing? Is it a speaker? What the fuck is that thing on it? Like, still don't know. I need to ask somebody. Somebody. So all that in the Stand on the Verge album really moved me. So that was something we connected on. We had the same similar influences. After a while, he took me to go meet George. He's the one who took me and introduced me to him.
Yeah, me too.
And George just clicked on it, just immediately took me to start talking, and just boom, ever since. And one day he asked me to drive him home from the studio, and I was like, I'm not leaving.
Right.
I'm gonna be right here. And he was like, you're gonna be right here. So
Cool.
got to meet all my funky heroes, all the Mike Hampton, all the days with that same headband on my head, pretending to be Michael Hampton. Like, wow. Michael Hampton came up to me in the UN just before Gabe introduced me to him. And somebody told him I play in like Funkadelic or whatever. And he was like, yeah, so your name Doomity? And I was like, what? I was like, and I was like, yeah, of course my name is Doomity. Of course I am.
That my name is.
And we talked, and so there was like some understanding. That was sorry about that.
That's pretty full circle from you not knowing how to tune your guitar, you know, like that. You know?
And listening to those records, learning how to play, not really what they call it fly shit on paper.
Right.
Like, I'm not that dope. I read like those dots. It's like, yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Just play. Just
Right.
play. Let me look at your hands.
Well, I'm kind of the same way. I don't read music.
Right.
I see what key I'm like the key of Tasha.
Right,
I
yeah.
thought I was gonna do that through COVID. Like I was gonna go learn how to read and surprise everybody. Shostakovich and shit. Like, nah.
No.
It doesn't come up.
Netflix was too good during COVID.
It doesn't come up too often
Princess
unless you're in a
Bride.
super professional spot somewhere that like somebody's gonna hand you, even if somebody hands you a chord chart, that's usually pretty beyond what most people are doing for gigs around here or whatever, right? Like, I don't know.
I just put the regular key of the song.
Yeah.
That's all you get from the list.
Yeah. Here's where it was, and here's where I want to sing it. Yeah.
We got to it though. A little bit. Know the chord charts, the chord shapes and stuff.
Yeah.
And usually hear where it's going.
Right. Yeah.
Been listening to such a variance of music. It's so.
I think anybody that plays long enough, you even without knowing it, you get some sort of grasp of music theory because of the way most songs are. Usually if like this started here and this next chord is minor and like these would be one of the minor chords. You know what I mean? You
can sense how it's gonna resolve.
Yeah.
How it will become resonant.
And we talk about chords and strings and mics and everything right here on Hot Flash Happy Hour. Coming to you, streaming live on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, and other top social media platforms. So if you like, follow, share, comment, and subscribe. And again,
Bedrock.
thank you for watching Hot Flash Happy
Twitch.
Hour every Thursday from 7 to 8. My co-host Jimmy Alter. I am Tasha Owens, and our wonderful guest tonight, guitarist Dooney DePores. So thank you again for coming in.
Where
I think
can
we're
people
trying to play another song.
where can people find you?
Yeah,
I
well,
wanna
yeah.
ask
Give
this.
out your
Where they can
information.
find me? I'm at home most of the time.
You know what?
But
You
on
know
the
what?
socials. On the
Okay,
socials.
His address.
Your album's on
come
Spotify.
over there if you want to. Come see me if you want to.
Can they find you on YouTube as we do and Spotify
Yep.
and things like that?
D-U. Crooked letter I. No. D-U-M-I-N-I-E. D-E-P-O-R-R-E-S. That name again. D-U-M-I-N-I-E. D-E-P-O-R-R-E-S. Doomini DePores at Gmail. Doomini DePores on Facebook. Facebook. Instant Ham. Instagram. What else is there?
Hey, if you got those two,
Doom
those are
Doom
the-
444 on Twitter, but I don't really bother with it. But if you say something provocative enough, I might respond. I might respawn.
Right.
I am
Yes.
very, very happy my friends are colorful.
Respawn. Oh yeah. Now, that's a whole nother hour.
You know what? Yeah.
The Milkman.
That I was wondering those recordings Emily played for us in here. I'm wondering if Dooney's on those.
On some of the ones
Some of the ones that she'd be releasing sometime soon.
I'm on some stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, the emergency.
I'm trying to think. I think that was,
There's
yeah.
one I was making like the Morse code.
Oh, that's cool.
On the guitar thing, how it started. I think that's emergency. Whatever the flip side is with the rap with Kid Vicious
Okay, right on.
and some other stuff. Bunch of
Yeah.
stuff. Played on some of the right stuff. And just,
Yeah.
I'm all over the place,
Yeah.
man.
Any next big aspirations?
Wait, I did Theo
yeah.
Parrish. I worked with Theo Parrish for like since
Yeah.
1998. My brother Theo Parrish and the
Yeah.
and the whole Sound Signature family. Love y'all.
Yeah.
Thank you. Y'all-
I saw a lot
you
of.
showed
There
me
was a lot of.
how-
There's a
how to
lot
get
of
money.
recordings out there from all that, right? Like
Yeah.
from your you're working together with him. Yeah.
Yeah.
How, wait a
We're
minute.
gonna look up enemies.
We got one of them. We could do No Demons, No Magic.
All right.
You see that? No demons, no magic. Yeah, we did that. We got a whole bunch. We on a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Any
Bunch of
any big musical aspirations for you going forward? Anything you feel like you haven't?
Are you
Yeah, I want to play
teaching
with
too?
Stevie. I want to play with Stevie Wonder.
Yes.
I
I think
wanna-
that's a goal of mine too.
I
It's
would
like,
love to be able to.
we gotta
rock
wrap
with
him up in bubble wrap so we
Right.
can do
I
this.
do Bubble Hearts Love
Amen.
every day.
What song did you say? I'm sorry.
No demons, no magic.
All right.
Yeah, we did that one. Or if you want one with Theo, you could do Warrior Code. It's up to you.
Okay.
That has Theo and YG on it.
Warrior Code. All right.
Warrior Code.
Nice.
Yeah,
Jim's got those lightning fingers.
Good man for that. There's been a whole lot of folks all in between time. You know, I had a guy called Soul Click after
Nice.
Enemy Squad, and that made some noise. That was the one that let me know, oh wow, we can really do this. If you
Excellent.
get some folks that aren't scared to win, then you can really go somewhere.
Right.
We got this thing in Detroit, and I guess all around the world. I call it professional struggling.
Uh-huh.
Now you've been struggling so hard that when you start winning, you end up cutting your own dick off. Like
Yeah.
not like you get
That's
there,
some
you're
truth,
gonna,
lot
you're
of
gonna
truth
block,
to that.
you're gonna block your own success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're so used to getting
Getting in
stopped.
your own way.
So when you get there, you truncate and mess
Right.
yourself up. Like, see, they
Right.
won't let us win.
Yeah.
And you won. You were already
Yeah.
winning. Most folks don't even know they were winning. They were put on until they fall off.
Right.
You really don't know you were on till you fall off. Remember that, and don't fuck yourself.
Ooh.
Because there's a lot of people that want to see you lose. So,
Wow.
so go ahead and win, and that's the best revenge. Is don't look back. Rip
All
the
right,
rear view,
y'all.
rip them rear view mirrors off.
All right, now he talking in the
Stay
mic,
out-
but they
stay out
looking
your
right there.
feelings.
So yes,
Stay
that's
out your feelings. Ain't no money in your feelings.
That's right.
Jesus, that's the truth.
Alrighty, we'll play Warrior
Unless,
Code.
of course, you let no. And then keep humping. That's where all the money is.
I'm sorry.
And I want my
that
cut,
was-
bitch. I want my cut.
We're gonna play Warrior Code. This is gonna take up the rest of our time.
That's the rest of our time. This is
Yes.
a short one.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Quick,
I have
a
so
quick hour
I've
goes
done
by.
so many things.
Yeah.
I'm a buffalo doula. Did you know that? I go out to Domino Farms.
And And deliver buffaloes?
Yeah, and you turn the
Oh,
hoofs.
shit.
No, I'm not a buffalo
That would
doula.
be-
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you asshole!
I was like, that's impressive. You know, most
Maybe
of those.
one of my other asshole friends. I do love.
But we do Black History 101 Mobile Museum, all jokes aside.
Yeah.
Black History 101 Mobile Museum with Dr. Khalid El Hakim, my brother. I love you, man. Thank you for every opportunity. We go all
That's it.
across the
That's
country
excellent.
taking Black history into schools,
That's beautiful.
churches, mosques, whatever the goddamn you need.
See, we could have spent like
Wherever,
5-6
you-
minutes on that. No, just kidding.
It's all
But
kind
that's
of-
wonderful.
all kind
That's
of great
beautiful.
Stuff like that. And
Yeah.
now it's become a thing with this critical race theory that
Yeah.
like white people were so mean. Our white ancestors were so mean to your black ancestors that we don't want our kids to know how shitty we were.
Right,
to
yeah.
So
Yeah, right,
you
So
know,
turning a
I was
blind
like,
eye.
no,
Fucked up,
don't
yeah.
tell them what
Oh,
happened.
it's
We
like
must lie about it.
Holocaust. It didn't happen. It
So
didn't happen.
now,
Right.
not even knowing
For
it,
real.
we end up being on the front end of that.
Mm-hmm.
We end up being right on the tip of that spear. So I'm really happy to
Yeah.
for
Good
all
job.
of all of what I've tried to avoid the conflict of it. Now that's where
Right.
nature puts me.
That's actually part of why I moved where I moved is because it's
Where'd
like
you
still
move?
super diverse. New Haven,
Oh.
which is like it's kind of like the only place you can find that diverse out in the boonies like that.
It's not like Grand Haven, is it?
No,
No.
no,
That shit was grand. I was like,
no,
"Hey,
no,
ooh,
no,
I gotta
no,
get out of here.
no. Well, New Haven was like New Haven back in the day was like the first place that would hire blacks because there was a foundry out there that like was the only spot out there. Kind of like I think I heard Inkster used to be like that a long time ago and all that, right?
You know
So,
why
like,
they called it Inkster, right?
Because of that, I figured,
Yeah.
yeah. But like so New Haven was like one of the first spots in Michigan that had like the first black police chief and things like that. And it still kind of has carried through to this day, which
I'll
is
check
awesome.
New Haven.
Yeah.
I'll come to New Haven.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. It's, I
He's
mean,
got a
there's nothing
rehearsal
out
spot
there.
in the basement.
Yeah, there's nothing out there, but it is still very mixed, which is awesome. Because I
Right.
just,
New Haven. I'll
yeah,
check it
I didn't
out.
want my daughter raised like in Vanillaville, like it just, yeah,
He ain't playing.
no, I couldn't do it. But
Okay, we do just have a
Yeah.
couple minutes left, you
Yeah, let's
guys.
do this.
So I
Let's hear
thank
it.
everybody for being on board, and see you soon next
Thank
week.
you.
yeah,
Thank
let's
you,
hear
Jimmy.
it.
Thank you, Todd.
We'll have
Oh, of
Kurt
course.
Brantley on the show. Kurt Brantley, Lady Gaga's bass player, Detroit Bass Players Day later.
This is like
We always hear us talking. The music will be louder.